Hi everybody, this week's Parsha is Parshas Chayei Sara. Towards the end of our Parsha, we have a story of Yishmael and Yitzchak burying their father Abraham. It's interesting to note that burial as well as Kaddish and mourning are actually forms of fulfilling the mitzvah of Kibbud Av V'Em. It's appropriate to just take a moment to look at the mitzvah of Kibbud Av V'Em, which is obviously very well connected to the other mitzvah of having certain reverence. One is more proactive and one is more passive in the fulfillment of each of those obligations, to both show regard and honor as well as to show reverence. The first idea is really to have an attitude towards one's parents once they recognize everything that they've done for them, bring them into this world, and one in which they kind of realize the indebtedness that they have towards their parents, and overall there has to be a certain honor that's accorded to them. Of course, practically speaking, there needs to be other behaviors which are performed on behalf of one's parents, such as if a parent becomes older and less capable, then a child is responsible to make sure that the parent is fed, even if the child has to do the feeding themselves, to dress one's parent, to escort one's parent around if necessary, and just in general be of assistance whenever a parent needs that assistance, or whenever it's fitting to provide that honor for a parent. When a child is praised, our Torah tells us it's appropriate to give that credit to one's parents and one's upbringing where applicable. And just when it comes to reverence or having regard for one's parents, such as sitting in their seat at the table, sitting in their seat in shul, a person should try to avoid that. And a person should also try to stand in respect for one's parents. However, there's an idea called mechila. There's an idea in which a parent can forgo the honor which is due to him and tell the child and say, you don't have to bother standing up when I walk into the room. And certainly that would be the case in our day, where it's not so common, for better or for worse, that every time a parent were to walk into a room, so the child would, ought to stand up. But if a parent doesn't want their child to act in that fashion, as most parents would not want to be a disturbance when they walk into the room, so they can tell their child that they're going to forego that honor which is due to them. But overall, there's obviously a very important idea of kibbud av v'em, of honoring one's parents, and a certain yira, of having reverence for one's parents, and this is an important part of life. It's an important part of developing one's humility, and an important part of developing one's appreciation for everything that they have. So in this parsha, we take a look at this mitzvah, we analyze a little bit, and hopefully learn something about it. Thank you, and have a good Shabbos.